time for another episode of Paint Something With Me in Less Than 10 Minutes. And I really mean less than 10 minutes. I'm even gonna have a timer on the screen so you can see how long it takes me in real time, since the video will undoubtedly be sped up. Grab your watercolors and give them a good spritz. The first thing in this painting that I'm going to do is tape off the edges of my sketchbook. You don't have to do this part if you don't want to, but I like the crisp edges that it creates. Then we're gonna wet our entire working area. You want it to be kind of nice and glossy like this. Once it's nice and glossy, using a wet brush, you're going to dip into whatever sunset colors call your name, and I want you to just kind of strategically place them around the different wet areas. As you do this and you add more water, you might need to actually pick up some of the extra water so it doesn't just puddle and flow everywhere. And you can wait for it to soak in a little bit if you want to get some more concentrated colors in a couple areas. And then before we do the next thing, I want you to make sure there aren't any standing puddles just by tapping your brush off so that it's nice and dry, and then you can just pick up that extra water. Because the next thing we need to do is let this dry or make it dry. Let me know if you're doing the little head bobble. And then once it's dry, I want to add in some trees into the foreground. And my favorite and quickest way to do this is I grab an angle brush, and honestly, any sort of an angle brush seems to work for this. This is an old acrylic painting brush that I have. And then I'm going to load it up with a super dark color. I'm going to make a line down where I want the trunk of the tree to be, tap lightly at the top, and then I'm going to start to kind of twist and tap my brush as I move down, making it whiter as I go. In a couple areas I didn't have enough saturation, so I went ahead and grabbed some more of that color, and I just dropped it back in, and I added in a couple more trees. Then in order to reduce the risk of ripping, as well as to speed up the time it's going to take me to take the tape off, I heated up my tape just a bit, and then it comes right off. And just like that, we've been able to squeeze some painting in less than 10 minutes. I just love sunsets. I can't wait until the next one I get to see in real life that looks kind of like this.